Sensei John, thank you for making this time. I just think it's really important that both potential students hear from you and that the community really knows that you're here. So let's talk a little bit about your background. How did you get to this point where you are teaching and training your students?
In Aikido in particular. Yeah, so I had, like I said, I'd always been interested in martial arts as a young kid, like a lot of people, growing up watching Bruce Lee, Chuck Norris movies. Back then, though, Aikido wasn't very well known in my area, so I wasn't drawn to it just yet. We're talking probably mid-late 70s. Okay. So through the years, I had gone to all the free classes at the local YMCA's, but I was never old enough. So I waited until I was 16, and I started my first real karate sessions with a system. It's an Okinawan system called Weichiru, and that was in, it was locally in Willimantic, Connecticut. Still know my sensei today, John Spencer. He got my foundation in martial arts. I stayed with him for probably close to 7 years, and that was around the time period where this movie came out, Above the Law, with that person. Wonderful, The action was phenomenal. I had never seen that kind of a technique before, on film or in person. So I'm like, I gotta learn that.
It was quite impressive.
A lot of people were into it, Steven Seagal, so that's what gave me my first glimpse of Aikido. The problem was nobody around here was teaching that. I never found anything that came close to it. It was just different. It was a little more esoteric, a little more forgiving, if you will. And so I got my base in that. I bounced around a lot of different associations under the traditional umbrella of Aikido, and I started getting closer and closer. Even when, I'll back up a little bit, even when I was in the traditional format, I would cover classes sometimes when the head instructor wasn't available. And Chris, who's one of my top students, who's been with me from the start, he can tell you, I always threw my little flair in there. I wanted to get more practical and cut down instead of being drawn out. I like the tighter circles, the short stuff, and I guess back then, as much as today, if it doesn't work on the street, there's no sense in really doing it.
Makes sense.
I like practicality,
right.
Which ultimately drew me to my sensei. So Greg Sinclair, Shihan, has totally changed my life perspective on Aikido. When I met him, I didn't know. I was going all over the globe looking for places, literally.
Really?
And I didn't know he was in my backyard, basically, in Massachusetts. So the gentleman that I was training with briefly let me know about him. And I had dabbled a little bit in, people refer to it as Tenchin Aikido, but that's really the name of Steven Seagal's original dojo in Japan. So there's no real way to distinguish, other than if you look at it, you can see a difference between what he does and what classic Aikido is. When I found Greg Sinclair Sensei, that was probably in, I want to say 2016.
Okay.
Early 2016, and it's just been here, ever since. We've been here in this particular dojo now for going on 10 years, I want to say. So, we're the best kept secret in town.
Well, maybe we can blow that secret up a little bit. I think for the sake of your future students, that'd be great.
Yeah, and they're wonderful people here too. Rob Mago and Rich McKeegan have been tremendously generous with their time. They're very loyal people to their craft, and they're open to all martial arts, which I love, because ultimately, right, it all flows into one river.
Right. Right.
That's the beauty of it. Yeah. It's just what flavor you like. Some like Chevys, some like Ford, so exactly. It's the kind of idea.
Good.
So, yeah.
So at a practical level, a potential student would connect with you how? How can they reach you?
So I do have a Facebook account. I think it's through the Mat Aiki as well, but you can get, the name of our club or dojo is Seishin Aikido, spelled Seishin, and that translates in Japanese to unwavering spirit, which I think embodies everything we've been through, because we took the long, hard road to get to where we are now. Right. It's by no means done. Every day is a brand new journey. But getting here, there's a lot of ups and downs, so.
Like life.
like
Right.
life in general,
That
right? Exactly. So
you find
I
your
thought
way
it'd be
through
cool.
it.
Thought it'd be
Great.
cool to put a Japanese name there, and
Beautiful.
that embodies us. So,
Good. So two more questions, and then I promise I'll let you go.
my pleasure.
And I know this is a really big question.
Yeah.
How has, let's go with this form of Aikido,
Okay.
more evolved form. How has it grown you in any capacity?
Oh wow.
I know it's
This
a big
particular
question.
style or adaptation, it's made me a lot more appreciative, not only for my own body and to be safe, especially the older I get. At 54, you know, I don't bounce back like I used to. So, and that's one of the many things that's great about Greg Sensei is that he teaches you how to be safe before he actually turns it up. Like he had mentioned earlier, he works in stages, building blocks, so that by the time you're ready for that, you're already throwing yourself into it. The throw, the ukeme that we call for practice. But off the mat, it's changed me, it's made me more patient in life, thinking more before acting.
Beautiful.
It's okay to take a deep breath and
Yeah.
let it play out.
Great.
Because nothing is, and that's what this has taught me. I know it has. It's like nothing is what it seems in the beginning, especially when you have emotion involved. When you take a deep breath and just let it settle, you're going to look at it from a different angle. And I equate that on the mat as well. Everything is about angles and perspective. So the moment you get on the mat, it's a brand new day. The mat could be a modality for life.
Absolutely.
That's the canvas that we paint in the moment. I don't care what happened yesterday.
Right.
Tomorrow is yet to be determined. I'm right here, right now.
Right. Fully present. That's beautiful.
Yeah, and that's probably the single best thing that this particular Aikido has shown me.
That's great. Well, in like more than ever right now, with our world in so much transformation, we all really need that.
Absolutely.
All right, last question.
Okay.
To a prospective new student,
Yep.
because you watch students in their journeys and it's inward and outward.
Yep.
What do you most want them to know? What might be comforting to them?
With our particular approach. to the
Yeah, I
art.
mean, it's a beautiful community. I really got to experience it today. Everyone's
I
loved
think, looking back when I first started, it's intimidating. When you get here, the drive up, the drive wherever you're going to first class, you don't know what to expect, and that's life. We get that. When you guys come here, know first and foremost, we're going to take care of you. Keep you safe. It's going to be a happy, fruitful environment. All right, nobody leaves different than when they came in. All right, they're going to be, hey, you know what? I learned something. I'm a little tired. Maybe I got some bumps and bruises. Yeah, but I met some wonderful people, and I can't wait to come back. And you'll know when you get the bug, when you start thinking about what you just did last night, and it's tomorrow already, and you start thinking about the techniques. Then, the more you stay in it, I remember from my own firsthand account, just opening a door at work, I recognize, oh, that's the center, the side center. So I take all the mat lessons and I put them, it just comes out into your daily life.
Absolutely, you integrate it. Yeah.
And an argument, don't engage. They just blow out. And then it's like, okay, how can I help you?
Right.
That kind of a thing. Yeah, you don't just, you get this back.
Right.
Aikido is a wonderful way to express that, where this doesn't work, but this does.
Right.
Absorb it. And then, don't be their enemy.
Right.
And it sounds kind of odd because it's a martial art and it's designed to, ultimately hurt people.
Right. That's
So-
beautiful though, right? That, and yet it can become a
it's
path
like a
of
poetic thing.
being more peaceful in the world, more clear, more focused.
And I think we need that now more than ever. In
Absolutely.
society, there's just so many people out there that are ready like that to
Yeah,
fight.
absolutely. I just
It's
think the
like-
stress level is
Just driving
max.
in the car, right?
Absolutely.
So-
You can be in LA and get that feeling.
Oh yeah, definitely. So that
All
would be
right.
it.
Anything else you want to add?
I just want to thank you very much for your time.
Oh, thank you. It's
It's
just
very
been
wonderful.
an honor, really. What a beautiful community. And every one of your students said, yes, the martial art, yes, the ability to protect, but the community. It's just consistently everyone's message. So well
Absolutely.
done. Well done. Thank you.
Thank you.